Hi everyone, I'm Navyata and I'm a developer advocate at Meta. This Build with Meta Llama video series demonstrates the capabilities and practical applications of Llama models for developers like you so that you can leverage the benefits of what Llama has to offer and incorporate it into your own applications. In this video series, we'll discuss some of the various ways in which you can run Meta Llama models and go over some of the resources available to you to get started. In this third video, we will learn how to run Llama on macOS using Ollama with a step-by-step tutorial for you to follow along. So let's dive in. For this demo, I'll be using a MacBook Pro running Sonoma 14.4.1 with 64 GB memory. Since we'll be using Ollama for this setup can also be used on other operating systems that are supported, such as Linux or Windows, using similar steps as the ones shown in this video. Let's take a look at the steps. Ollama lets you set up and run large language models like Llama models locally. The first step is to install Ollama. To do that, visit their website where you can choose your platform and click on Download to download Ollama. In our case, we'll go ahead and click on macOS and select Download for macOS. Next, let's make sure that we can test run Meta Llama 3 models on Ollama. To do that, let's open our terminal and run Ollama pull llama 3 to download the Meta Llama 3 8 billion chat model in the 4-bit quantized format with a size of about 4.7 GB. If you'd like to download the Llama 3 70B chat model also in 4-bit, you can instead type Ollama pull llama 3 70B. In quantized format, this would have a size of about 39 GB. However, for our demo, we'll be using the 8 billion chat model. To run our model, in your terminal type Ollama run llama 3 followed by enter. Now we're all set to ask questions and chat with our Meta Llama 3 model. Let's ask some questions. What about who wrote the book Godfather? It gives the right answer and also a very verbose answer. What if I just wanted the name of the author? Let's ask it just that. Who wrote the book Godfather? Answer only with the name. We can see that it generates the answer in the format we requested with just the name. You can even run and test the Llama 3 8B model directly by using the curl command and mentioning your prompt right in the command. To do that, open a new terminal and type the following. Here, we are sending a POST request to an API running on localhost. The API endpoint is for the chat feature, which will interact with our AI model hosted on the server. We are providing a JSON payload containing a string specifying the name of the AI model to be used for processing the input prompt, Llama 3 in our case, an array with a string indicating the role of the message sender, user in this case, and a string with the user's input prompt, who wrote the book Godfather, in this case, and a Boolean value indicating whether the response should be streamed or not. In our case, it's set to false, meaning the entire response will be returned at once. Now press enter. We can see that it generated the response with the answer to our question. This example can also be run using a Python script. Open the editor of your choice and create a new file. Let's add the imports. Import requests and import JSON. Let's add the URL now, which is the same URL we used in the curl demo before. Then add a new function and call it llama 3. It takes in prompt as an argument. We'll also set data, where we set model equal to llama 3. And we'll set our messages, where role is equal to user and content is equal to prompt. We'll also set stream to false. We'll set our headers and define our response. This function constructs a JSON payload containing the specified prompt and the model name, which is llama 3. It then sends a POST request to the API endpoint with the JSON payload as the message body using the requests library. Once the response is received, the function extracts the content of the response message from the JSON object returned by the API and returns this extracted content. Finally, let's provide the prompt and print the generated response. We'll set response is equal to llama 3, provide our input, and we'll print the response. Let's save the file and go back to our terminal. To run the file, type Python followed by the name of your Python file and press enter. We can see that it generated the response based on the prompt that we provided in our script. To learn more about the complete Ollama APIs, check out their documentation. In this example, we saw how to run Llama models on a Mac using Ollama. If you'd like to check out the full example and run it on your own machine, our team has worked on a detailed sample notebook that you can refer to and can be found on our Llama Recipes GitHub repo. In the Llama Recipes repo, you will find an example of how to run Llama 3 models on a Mac, as well as other platforms. You'll also find the examples we discussed in this video, as well as other ways to use Llama 3 locally with Ollama using LangChain. A link to this notebook can also be found in the description box below. So here we are. We saw how we could set up Llama models locally using Ollama with a step-by-step demonstration of how you can set it up yourself. If you prefer to consume information in a written format, we've also published a blog that will go over all the things we discussed in this video and more. The supporting blog can be found on our website and will also be linked in the description box below. In our next video, we'll learn some of the many other ways in which you can run or host Llama models and provide you with all the resources to help you get started. We hope you found this video helpful to provide you with insights and resources that you may need when using Llama models for your own use cases. Thank you and see you in the next video.